Welcome to episode of Baby Daddy Chronicles. It is I, it is he, it is your future favorite, maybe one day baby daddy. Hey man, I ain't seen you in a minute, my boy.
Yeah, I've been busy.
How you been?
I've been doing good. Can't complain. How's everything with y'all?
We living.
That's good.
We living.
That's all you can do.
That's all we can do is trying to survive out here, bro. It's hard out here.
It is.
It's extremely hard out here.
You ain't gotta tell me.
I
just went and bought a new car.
Bro, you told me that car payment ain't no way, bro.
The car payment is ridiculous. The car payment is more than some people's rent.
I don't want to pay my car payment.
I know.
And that's $300 less than yours.
Yes.
So what? I would be carless. I can't afford that. I can't afford that.
Yeah, I had to find some way to transport all these people around.
Yeah, I can't afford that, man. How the kids, are they good?
The kids are good. You know, all of them except for the fifth one. She's adjusting to the latest edition.
No, she don't, cause she was the baby. Now she ain't the baby no more.
That's fair. So and to be fair, we did think she was going to be the last kid. We really thought she was going to be the last kid. But this one is definitely going to be the last kid. Like, appointments have been booked. Organs will be taken out. Like, we don't need another possibility of nothing.
Yeah, because if you tell me you about to have another kid at 7,
nah, bro. All you gonna hear from me now is either she had the procedure done or we in some abortion clinic. That's it. It's not even an option at this point. Like, there's no way I'm doing 7. I still can't believe I got the 6.
Bro, I can't even believe you got the 6. What, one would have been enough for me.
X. One is definitely enough.
In this economy?
Yes, one is definitely enough.
Like, more than one? Like, how? No.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
But somehow we're making it. Every month we get by, I'm like, wow. We really out here with this many kids.
I don't know how you do it. Glad you're doing good.
Appreciate it.
We had talked about something off air, and you were talking about how you can understand.
Yes.
That's going to be very controversial. This is. I'm going to tell you right now, this is the views of Harvey. This ain't the views of Baby Daddy Crown. This is the views of Harvey.
And if y'all want to hate me, y'all can hate me. I don't care.
So you're saying that you understand why pregnant women get cheated on?
Yes.
Go ahead and explain that.
And for all of y'all who are watching, I did say yes. I know everybody's going to come with that's when a woman is the most vulnerable. And that's very true. That is when the woman is the most vulnerable. But that is also when the woman is the most difficult to be with. Because y'all have to understand that pregnant women take pregnancy as a badge to essentially be the biggest bitch to whoever is the closest in their life. If that's their man, all the flat gets thrown on their man, especially their man, because their man essentially got them pregnant but does not get to feel any of the pains of the pregnancy. I understand to a point. Because at the end of the day, we are all human beings. We are all adults. And you cannot just use one person as your constant punching bag. Like, let's be clear. It's very much your choice. You did choose to continue this pregnancy, knowing all of the evils that would entail with this pregnancy. So you did sign up for that because you had the chance to choose to not continue the pregnancy. Mm-hmm. I do understand that men should definitely give grace to women during this very vulnerable time in their life. But at the same time, as an adult, emotional intelligence has to come into play. You do have to regulate yourself to a degree. You cannot just constantly lash out and dump all of the various arrays of emotions on this one person as if they're just your punching bag or your dumping ground for all of that. It's naturally going to make somebody not want to be around you, and it's going to push somebody into, unfortunately, a lot of times it pushes them into another woman's arms, especially because a lot of women, when they become pregnant, they're naturally not going to want to be intimate anymore. And that's understandable. We get that. You are creating a whole life. But with men naturally being sexual beings, you're not wanting to be intimate, and then on top of that, constantly cussing him out, constantly making demands.
I get the part of where I don't think it's right, because it's like, okay, so you're not having sex while you're pregnant, and then you're really not having sex really for the first year of the baby's life, essentially, or around there, because most women think about 6 months to a year. for
That
for
is-
postpartum to like for them to really understand it. You know what I'm saying? But so
Yeah.
really looking like if you ain't having pregnancy during the 9 months, you're really going almost 2 years without sex for real.
For a lot of people, that's true. Clearly, that's not in my case because
Clearly.
the kids have been
Back to back.
But yeah, for the average person, that's a very good time frame. So you gotta imagine you dealing with you feeling like your needs not being met, especially because right now you're not priority. Priority is mom and baby. But with mom and baby being priority, mom is essentially, just cussing you out, always being evil, being snarky, basically making the house a battleground. Not everybody got the mental fortitude to take all that. Like, especially because at the same time, life is still life, and for men. You're still having to deal with your boss. You're still having to deal with these bills. You're still having to deal with the stressors of this new life that you now have to take care of on top of having to take care of the kids' mom.
Yeah.
You still have your own stressors and your own natural problems outside of her. And she's becoming a huge one intentionally. So people like to always demonize the person who steps out. They always like to make it seem like, oh, you should just leave. Let's be real. A lot of people can't just naturally leave. Some people live together. Some people are married. Some people have these whole lives together. It's not as cut and dry as you make it seem. People are human. You have to extend grace, yes, during this vulnerable period, but you also cannot just exploit the person who is giving you grace to. They are still a human being. They will have a breaking point. It just is.
I'm not saying I condone cheating, but like if you cheat on your partner and you break up, like at certain times I can understand it. I just can't get with the cheating while a woman's pregnant, especially if I got her pregnant. Like I understand, like, because if that's the case, I shouldn't have got her pregnant.
It's really not that simple. You know how quick it is to get somebody pregnant?
I understand that, but it's precautions to be in place. If you really don't.
Okay, let's talk about them precautions, because I feel like every precaution that failed on me at some point in my life. Like
I was willing to go to the extreme before I got talked out of it. I was willing because I was not ready to have a kid to get a vasectomy because it can always get reversed.
It cannot always get reversed. It will tell you in that consultation it can be reversed, but the chances of everything functioning before you got cut, they can't guarantee you that, because different people have scar tissue, different people heal differently. So
that's fair.
That's the reason why they don't even want you to mess around with nothing down there unless you're sure you don't want any kids. Now, I get what you're saying, and I'm not condoning cheating. I'm just saying that I understand the humanity of it. I understand where somebody might have a moment of weakness during that extremely stressful time. Like, yes, it sucks and it's fucked up, but to me, cheating is cheating. It's no worse to cheat on your partner when they're not pregnant opposed to when they are pregnant. If people really looked at relationship dynamics, there's a lot more variables that are presented during pregnancy that would create the atmosphere of cheating to take place than there are when you aren't pregnant. So
True.
I'm more so gonna hold your feet to the fire if you cheating and she's not pregnant, opposed to when you cheating when she's pregnant. Because it's like, when she's not pregnant, what is the problem? Y'all should be in y'all regular rhythm, y'all regular routine. But let it be her first pregnancy, and then people don't really prepare couples nowadays for pregnancy and
I agree with that.
childhood.
They don't. It's just I want to have a baby. Let's have the baby, and then we'll figure it out the rest where it goes. When it's proper planning that goes in place. Because especially now, like me, I was just over at my parents' house, and like my parents were talking about it. My parents were saying that like if they had dated in today's time, they were saying they don't think they would have got married as quick as they did, because my dad's mom wanted them to get out of debt first before they got married. Because he was saying that, like, you know, back then it was different. He was like, she was making $18K, I was making $18K together. We was making 36, but it wasn't as much to where, you know, to where we can afford. I'm like, damn, I make 36K at one job, and it ain't enough. It ain't even nowhere near enough. Yeah, not even close.
That inflation has really inflated.
Like, no, not even nowhere near as close. He was like, yeah, I don't know how y'all deal with it in today's generation, because Yeah, my mom was like, I was grateful enough to meet you and be living in the time that we were living in, because I don't know if we were living in different times, like if we would be where we are today, because it's crazy.
It is crazy. And honestly, marriage is more needed now than it was back in that day, because it's a lot easier when you're able to pool resources with two people than you out here trying to do everything by yourself with just one.
See, I understand that, and I agree with you on that, but I'm going to say 50% of women in this generation know that, but they don't have that mindset. They feel like, oh, they want more so, if I'm being honest, the lifestyle that you provide. But most common men, we ain't got it like that.
Fair.
To where we can pay for, because like, pay for everything and then still got to pay for your upkeep.
Now, that's another thing. Can we talk about the upkeep just for a second? Let's get into that upkeep. Because yes, I am the provider. I do provide everything, take care of my family very well. If there's one thing you cannot tell me that I do poorly at all, you cannot tell me that I take care of my family in a subpar way at all. Like, you absolutely cannot say that. But in regards to upkeep, you got to remember, back in the day, Nana wasn't wearing $400 wigs.
You're right.
Nana sat next to that kitchen. She heated up that hot comb, and whatever grew out that hair was the only thing that was upkept.
You're right.
There weren't these, palm trees on her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there wasn't this $1 million face paint that she's putting on every day before she step out. Like, she might have put a red lip on every now and then for, the Sunday brunch or something. But the acrylic nails, all of this upkeep that women do nowadays, it was none of that back in the day when people were providing.
It's a good part of them that are delusional, because they saw that. This is also what I want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Right? And me and my friends, Shannon Juice, we had a conversation about it. And it was more so like, a lot of women in this generation have the mindset, if my dad did it for me, he told me not to settle for less. This is my new standard. And it be, I feel like, because a lot of, and I used to be one of them, a lot of men these days will try to lead with money, to where now, like, if I hate it, but if I'm a woman, I understand it. Why am I going to date you, even though I like you, if the other nigga's going to do everything I want and you ain't got it?
Well, first of all, these women be lying. First of all, a lot of these niggas don't be paying the stuff that the woman be saying they paying.
I agree.
They just be capping, because one thing I have learned, if a woman really like you, if you are really him to her, you ain't got to pay for nothing.
Facts. I agree
now,
with
back
that.
to the my daddy paid for it. Now that's my standard. Cool. Let me cheat on you like your daddy cheated on your mama. Let me beat you like your daddy beat down your mama. If pops is the standard, then you got to take all that standard. You can't pick and choose with standards that you want to pick up and put down. And if we want to keep it a bean, half these women won't getting paid like that from their dad. They ain't even know their dad. Their mama was single.
So with you having raising daughters, right, how do you instill in them, like, I'm doing this because I love you, but don't expect the next man to do it?
It's like, I do expect them to want that in a husband. But I am going to let my daughters know that if you expect this from a man, you have to be prepared to be your mama. That means you have to be prepared to keep this house clean. You got to keep a hot dinner on that stove, and you got to keep yourself up for me. And when I say keep yourself up, I don't like none of that fake shit, all that false hair, all of that fake stuff, all of that face paint that y'all be throwing on that make you look like a completely different person. I ain't with none of that type of stuff. Grow that shit up out your head. Because I like women who like old girl who can actually grow their own hair organically. And just throw a style in that and it gives wig, but it's theirs. That's what their moms does. Now, luckily they're fortunate because they got long hair just like their mom too. Keep your, work out. Keep your face looking good. Drink your water where you don't need to put on all that face paint to cover up all them blotches and all that type of stuff. Like a pretty woman does not need to spend $500 a month on upkeep.
No, I agree with that. 1,000%.
About to say, and I promise you, 90% of these women who will go out here and they talk about, oh, I want a provider this, I want a provider that. They ain't never had no provider before.
They only want a financial provider. That's what it is.
They only want a financial provider, and they're only saying that it's really coming from a place of hurt. It's coming from a place of, the man that they really wanted dogged them out. They invested so much into him. They paid so many bills, trying to help him out with his dreams and everything. It ain't work out. So they're basically coming from the standpoint of, I'm leaving here with something with the next dude. But deep down in their heart of hearts, if they really like you, if they really ride for you, you ain't got to have shit. You ain't even got to have a car, man. They'll move you right on there, take their kids' snacks and give them to you, let you take the car, them and their kids be catching the bus. Like, if they really fuck with you, you ain't got to pay shit. Only ugly niggas leave with their wallet. Like, prime example, I'm a provider now, but when me and my wife was dating, hell no, I won't about that life. I never forget, she was starting her last semester in nursing school, and she only just asked me to just be a co-signer on a loan. We weren't married. I'm not doing that. Like, no, that's absolutely not. You got a mama and daddy. Call them to be your co-signer. Because until you are my wife, and I know what type of wife you are going to present as, I'm not being no type of provider. All of my funds is for a family. When I'm actually ready to make a family, I'm not out there throwing that around hoping something sticks. Because I know my value. I know what I'm going to do when that time comes. Like, and the girls before you knew it too, and the girls after you will know. That's the reason why she stayed, because she knew I was a good dude, but she knew I wasn't a pushover. The women who just a lot of the times they'll take that money from dude and be spending it on another nigga.
Facts.
So, like, don't ever leave with your wallet out here in these streets. She gonna find a way to get that wig. She had that wig when she met you.
Yeah, you right.
She had them nails done and that face done when she met you. If she really want that shit, she gonna get it done. It ain't gotta come from you. And especially when you're setting up a family structure, like prime example, I got a lot of kids, but I got them all from one woman. That level of commitment for a woman to love you that much, where she keep wanting to be pregnant year after year, because it's literally been year after year.
Facts.
By just you, that's a strength in the relationship that a lot of people are going about the whole dating scene all wrong. Like, you want the structure, the foundation of the house to be, like, solid. If it starts off 50-50, that don't mean that it's going to always be 50-50. It could be 100-0. You could turn into providing everything. Don't focus so much on the financials. Focus on the commitment, the love, and do y'all have the same big picture vision? Like, 30, 40 years from now, are y'all dreams the same? Do y'all both want to be sitting on a rocker telling stories to y'all grandkids? Or does one person's dream look different than yours? That type of commitment will carry you way further than a check.
True.
Because the dude loses his job. Now he can't provide anymore. Now she gone. Because she was never there for you anyway. That's why I always tell people, I'm like, if you got to pull your wallet out just to get her attention, you ugly in her mind.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know. I just always felt like, and I would just be like, yo, like, when women used to tell me that, I would just be like, I'm not your daddy. Like,
exactly.
Get him to do it.
Facts.
He does it because he have to.
Exactly.
He made you. Like, I don't got to put up with you. Like,
1,000%.
He got to put up with you.
And I would never tell my girls to go out there asking no man for anything, because ain't nothing in this world free. So Facts. If you out here, you telling this man he got to pay this, that, and the third, and he pay it, he going to expect something in return. And I don't ever want you to be in a predicament where now you feel as if you owe him anything. I'm your father. I'm going to always have that for you. If you are on the dating scene, you need to just be searching for genuine love and genuine connections. That's it.
So when you're talking to your daughters, like, what are the values you're trying to instill in them?
Love. Like, is he going out his way to show displays of affection? Like, is he paying attention to the little things? Like, I got one daughter, her favorite color is pink. The other daughter, her favorite color is purple. The youngest daughter, too young to have any type of favorite color. I'm like, are they picking up a flower on the side of the road because they know it's going to make you smile? Are they sending you like a poem because they know you deep and shit like that? Like, are y'all praying together? Because you know, all of my kids, I take them to church and we real deep in the church. Are they asking about, you know, like different family members who may be sick, asking you how they doing and everything? Are they making time in their schedule to like be included in your life? Are they truly taking interest in you as a person? Because if they just throwing money at you, they just going they're gonna expect you to act like the girls who can be bought,
Yeah, true.
which ain't that's not them focusing on you as a person or your soul.
True. I don't know. I know I agree with that. I am I understand why the men would cheat on a pregnant woman. I wouldn't do it. I would just much rather. I know you're of the mindset where you're the mindset of once you have the kid, you'd rather see a 2-parent household.
Yes.
I'm of the mindset of it's not working. I would much rather, if we can co-parent effectively than stay with you because it's not working. I would much rather see my kids see their mom loved correctly by somebody else than see it not work with me. And now it's like they have resentment because it's like I don't know I don't know how love is because ever since I've been together, I've never seen my mom and dad really get along.
Well, let's unpack that. Why is it not working?
Things change over time.
Things change over
Things
time.
change over time. People change over time. Pregnancy changes people.
It definitely does. So is it the change that is not working, or is it that the couple is not adapting to the change?
Could be a mix of both.
And even if it's a mix of both, why aren't we doing the work to make it work? And the reason why I say that is because there's all these people. And to be clear for everybody out there, I don't condone cheating. I understand the humanity of it. And I'm about to explain to you why. We all know those people who they've been in several different relationships. And you're like, oh, why you break up? Same excuse. I got cheated on. He cheated. I left. You know, everybody applauds the person who always leaves after they got cheated on. You know, you so strong. You got all of this self-esteem. You got all these values. Don't nobody ever look that person and say, damn, why all 6 of these people cheat on you? They ain't go to a convention and say, oh, we going to find this one person in the middle of Walmart and we all going to date her in different areas of her life. And we all going to make sure we cheat on her. Like, you ain't that important. So there is something that you are doing that in each relationship and each stage of your life causes a deterioration that causes somebody to cheat on you. It would be so much simpler if the children, the person that you had these children with, you take a deep dive and correct that flaw within yourself and get back to a happy space with that person than having baby daddy over here, baby daddy over there, baby daddy over there. Same reason you ain't with none of the baby daddies. Common denominator is you. That's my issue with the whole, I feel like if it's not working, you know, we should just break up and find somebody that works with. If it's not working with that person, 9 times out of 10, there's some intrinsically broken within you that you are ignoring, that you're not trying to go to therapy, that you are not trying to fix within yourself, which will cause it to not work with every subsequent person until you correct it at the root. It's way better than you fix that within yourself and with that person and keep your family intact. So now not only did we see mom and dad stay married through all these years, but we saw them go from happy to hell to back to happy because they did the work. And now we truly understand true commitment, because that's all commitment is. You're going to eventually have to stop hopping from person to person to person. Either you're just going to die alone, or you're finally just going to either continue with the toxicity with one person, or you're finally going to do the work to fix it. Why do you have to create all of these broken homes in your path on your road to self-discovery? Discover it with the girl you created life with. Because I promise you, she's not an evil person. You're not an evil person. Y'all are just under a lot of stress, and neither one of you guys have great coping mechanisms to deal with the pressures of life. But you can get those coping mechanisms. You can go to therapy. You can work this stuff out. You can come back together. Yes, cheating is terrible. But honestly, if you talk to divorce lawyers, that ain't even the number one thing why people divorce. Actually, the number one thing is money, but that's a whole nother conversation. It's actually like the third or fourth thing on the list because cheating is a symptom of the disease. It's not the disease. Cure the disease and that symptom goes away. But don't nobody really want to cure the disease because it forces you to look in the mirror and have to address your imperfections. Everybody wants to see their mom love right, but not a lot of people want to accept the fact, hey, mom's a bitch. Mom needs to check herself at the door. Mom needs to do a whole lot of work because mom is still angry with grandma. Mom's still angry with grandpa, and she's taking it out on all of these partners. Now all three of our dads hate her. The common denominator is her. And the kids, when they grow up, they going to grow up to see which parent was the problem parent. Yeah, everybody feels like, mom rocks the cradle. She raises the baby. She's going to have a leg up on the competition. She got a slight leg up. But around about them teenage years, them sons and daughters start realizing, oh, mama, you was the problem all along. You needed to do the work. And maybe our lives would have been a lot happier. Because if you talk to your parents been married forever, my parents been married forever. The only difference between people who stay married and stay together and the people who break up is who was willing to do the work. Who was willing to be vulnerable. Who was willing to say, yo, yeah, I got these issues with me because, my love language is words of affirmation, but I was only criticized growing up. Or my love language is physical affection, but we didn't touch in my family. Like, people don't want to be vulnerable. People don't want to get into that type of stuff. It's a lot easier to walk away and just assume that, oh, it's just going to work with somebody else than to actually deal with the stuff that you really bury deep down.
It's a fair argument. That's a fair argument. I ain't got enough for that.
I mean, cause just look at it. If you ask any man who got 3 or 4 different baby daddies, if we gather all the baby mamas together, they all got the same issue with him. But if we ask him about that issue, he gonna tell you they all crazy. Like, bruh, the majority can't all be wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
But our generation we have a big issue with
major issue, bro. I don't see it getting solved.
Man, I don't either. I'm actually okay with the birth rate going down because at least there's less kids being brought into the broken homes. Because the homes don't got.
Okay, so how you feel about, real quick, we'll end it. How you feel about Trump trying to cutting, I don't know, about the SNAP, the Medicaid, and all of that?
Nah, that's fucked up.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's terrible. And
I just feel like, and I don't think I don't think it'll ever happen until we get somebody in power and other people in power that have lived the lives that we live. I don't think things will ever change for the better, because as long as we get people like Trump's he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He don't. Yeah. And these people that be in Congress and Senate, they've been in their jobs for so long, they don't know what it's like to struggle.
That's fair.
Just the whole thing of oh, y'all getting rid of abortions. For what? Why are you getting rid of an abortion? Because why are you trying to you want to control the population because people are not having babies? People aren't having babies because you're raising the cost of living and you're not raising the wages, or you're not bringing the cost of living down. So I can barely make it on my own. Now I got a kid. You cutting my stamps, and so you want me to live in poverty?
So, and I'm an American citizen. Don't come for me when I take it there. The reason why they are cutting stamps and they're taking away abortions, because I'm very much pro-choice. I'm probably more pro-choice than most women. I'm 1,000 on that. It's because our generation has finally woken up, and we're finally saying no more. Until we figure out our family trauma, our demons and everything, we're making choices to not have children. We're not bringing children into homes that we know we can't afford these kids in. We're doing a good job with that, and it's showing in the numbers. But America is built on slavery. And just because slavery is not presented in the 1850 sense does not mean slavery has not taken a different form in this country. The only way for capitalism, the only way for the American way to be sustainable is if there is a population to exploit. Without that population to exploit, there is no money that the rich people can perpetuate their wealth with. Mm-hmm. They see that evaporating with us not having children, with millennials projected to not replace the baby boomers, and millennials haven't even come close to slightly replacing ourselves. Mm-hmm. That creates a huge power dynamic shift in the workforce, because now there will be a lot of loss in employees. Now, they could fix that if they were okay with these immigrants and stuff coming over, but they're not okay with the immigrants coming over, because the only immigrants that currently want to come to America are the dark-skinned ones. Mm-hmm. The ones from those darker countries, those Hispanic countries, mm-hmm. where they're not clear-skinned, they're not Anglo-Saxon. Mm-hmm. Those countries over in Europe, they're fine. They don't want to come to America. America is like, we are not trying to lose our poor, mm-hmm. our poverty-stricken, because you can exploit them. Mm-hmm. You can pay them like scraps, and they'll just be happy to have a job. But they're also not willing to open the border and allow the people who are going to come over here and have babies do that, because now you're going to outbreed all the white people.
I agree with that.
It's essentially a power struggle, and Trump is trying to ensure that his grandchildren have a population of people to exploit.
And my thing is, like, I don't think, even when he's out of office, that law is going to get reversed. Like, I feel like that law is here to stay.
No, Project 25 is happening. It's imminent, and it is here to stay.
Like, I don't, even if we get, because even if we get a Democratic president and we get the Democratic Senate, like, it's going to take so much for that law to get overturned. Like, that, I just feel like as a country, I just feel like, do I think Kamala was the best choice? Yes. Well, yes. She was the best choice out of the two.
Thank you.
Correct.
Thank you.
Like that's what I mean.
I'm not saying she's perfect.
Yeah. She was the best choice out of the two. Like,
yes.
We have gone so far back with Trump being elected. Like, I don't think people understand, like, the repercussions this is going to have on generations to come for years.
That's because Trump he awakened the social control tool. America has never truly been a racist country. Racism is a tool of social control. Because as long as a white person feels like they better than a nigga, they'll never unite with a nigga. Facts. Even though y'all both on those same SNAP benefits.
Exactly.
Y'all both about to lose y'all Medicaid. Y'all both about to be out here in these streets. But because they know that they're still better than you, they're not going to unite with you. Racism was always created to control the poor. If you keep them divided, you keep them fighting with each other, they will never rise up against us, who is their real enemy, and you will always be able to control them. That was actually starting to go away. There was a lot of progress that was made during the Obama administration, and then Biden was trying to take that and really try to run with it.
I just feel like Biden, I think Trump was very strategic, and then we'll wrap it up, because Trump has only beaten women. If Biden wasn't starting to lose his mind, I don't think Trump would have stood a chance. No, but because Biden has started to lose his mind, and then I feel like he waited to the very last minute to draw out, and then Kamala's in there now, and she don't really got a full. I feel like the party set her up to fail. Because
they didn't set her up to fail.
I just feel like if Biden was going to drop out, you should have dropped out early on, because now you're like halfway through the administration. Now all of a sudden we got Kamala, and we don't really know what her policies is, because she don't know what they are.
Now, to be fair, it was never Kamala that was the cause of the loss of the election. I do agree with you. Biden should have dropped. He should have never been a candidate. Mm-hmm. They knew that, he was on his cognitive decline long before the race. They're going to hate me when I say this. They should not have chose a woman. Because if you look at every demographic of America, if you look at Asians, if you look at Hispanics, if you look at blacks, you look at whites, sexism is across the entire board. And America was just not going to put a woman in office. They feel like it's going to make the other countries lose respect for us, because...
Even though the other countries have women in office.
But look at how we respect those countries. You gotta look at where they are in the
Yeah.
social hierarchy.
But I just feel like they put her in there because who else were they going to run at that point?
That's why I feel like they should have done the research
A long
Biden
time
was
ago.
still in
Exactly.
office. Like during the preliminaries, like way back when we was voting on governors, when he was when he had only been in office for like 2 years, that they should have been strategic.
They should have sat him down and been like, "Listen here, Playboy.
Yeah,
This is it for you.
Exactly.
This is after this. This is it for you."
They should have left it alone, because when I saw them announce that Kamala was going to be his replacement,
I was
threw up
like,
my hands. I said, "Damn, all right, Trump, you got it. I'm a vote. I'm gonna still vote for you, but Trump, you had it." Because sexism is in every subset of American culture. It's unfortunate, but we have not come that far yet. And I'm sorry, they also gonna hate when I say this too. If a white woman was not able to take the presidential seat,
You're right.
why did they think a black woman was?
That is very
Come
true.
on, a double negative.
Because I was
woman and you black.
when Hillary lost, I was shocked.
I wasn't.
I definitely thought Hillary was going to win. I just felt like we about to elect somebody who don't even got no presidential experience.
Yeah, because he has a penis. Strictly off of that. That was literally his only credential that they were like, "Yep, we will give it to you." Think about it. This is a country that's taking abortion rights away from women. Why would they put a woman in office?
Right.
They've already shown how they feel about women. Like, no. And
Which is why I thought she was going to get in, because a lot of people are starting to get affected by that. Okay, she'll at least make sure, like, I don't know, it's just
no, because even there were even women who weren't voting for her because she wasn't a man. See, sexism is, the patriarchy is so entrenched in this country that even women were against it, because they feel like, to be the face of America, to show America as strong, it should be a man. And even though that is unfortunate, and yes, we do need to change that, the change was not going to happen right now, and we should have played strategically instead of based off of emotions.
Facts.
So now, unfortunately, we got Trump ripping this up. He's going to force y'all to have them babies, and he's going to force y'all to be poor.
Where can they find you at?
Y'all can find me at McAllister Dynasty on Instagram. Just a dude raising 6 kids.
Whew, that's a lot, boy.
I
6
still can't believe it's 6.
Oh, 7 years. 6 a long time, man. All right, man. Y'all know you can find me at Baby Day Chronicles Pod. This is probably gonna be the last episode before I go on my little break. Probably come back January, fresh with a season 4. So I have new ideas and stuff, because trying to do this, and then I got the sports podcast. Me and Tyler starting a podcast.
Oh, that's what's up. Y'all gotta bring me on you and Tyler's podcast.
It's been a lot, yeah. We waiting for the intro. We already got like 12 episodes, and we just waiting for the intro to actually drop it.
That's dope.
But all right, man. So I'll still drop like twice a month. It'll be strictly on YouTube though. It won't be on like Apple. It'll just be YouTube, so I can get the presence up.
That makes sense.
Loyal, appreciate y'all, man. Your future favorite baby daddy signing off, man.
Out.
Peace.